Okay everybody, what's up? Maggie Nolan here with Living Room Photography. Thanks so much for checking us out. If you've been following along with us in the last couple of weeks, we kind of started off the year with our first YouTube video talking about how to prep for the 2022 wedding season, what to do in the off season, and like making yourself a priority while catching up and getting ready for what will be an awesome year. Last week I shared a little bit about the wedding boom, what it is, how it might impact your business. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. You might want to if you're a couple planning their wedding. If you are a vendor shooting or working in 2022, you probably want to watch it too, because what you don't know is that there's an opportunity for a lot of work this year because of the demand, because of the surplus of weddings due to the pandemic and reschedules. You just don't want to miss out on inquiries and having like a really healthy booking process. So we're going to get into that in a couple weeks as well. But today I kind of want to talk to you guys about how we plan and strategize our year. So I'm showing you kind of like all the resources that we use. So I'm going to start really small and work big. If you haven't seen these yet, these are really awesome notepads that I buy off Amazon. I have the link below, but these are called Knock Knock. They're perforated so you can rip them off, but guys, these like saved my life. I can't even tell you, I can't even tell you, I have things like stapled together. This is like everything we did during the pandemic, like in the off season, not off season when we weren't working, like things that we wanted to do. It says at home. In the middle of wedding season, I use these to just like brain dump everything. I'm a huge fan of what I call brain dumping. It's probably because I'm a business owner and I'm a visionary and I'm a dreamer, but I always have so much stuff in my head. And I've seen those like really funny TikToks and reels that are like, what's going through their head? And mine's like bubble, 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 bubble. There's always stuff going through my mind, new business ideas. And so sometimes I need to just stop and I need a brain dump. So if you're one of those, that's like you, this is like a really awesome tool. So really small, fits in a purse, great. Number two, the other kind of tool that I use, I actually just literally use one of these composition books. Remember this from grade school? I love it. It's super like flexible, but using different colors, I map out things that I have to do. So like for example, this says tasks for January, and it just has like a bunch of random stuff like accounting and like calling a wedding and ordering prints for a client, or emailing all of our 2022 couples. So like holiday photo, which we didn't even do. We didn't even do a Christmas photo because last year was nuts, but we were gonna do a January one. I took my tree down, too late, not happening. So anyway, it's a brain dump. I also do home tasks. So like my parents moved into our basement earlier this month, and so I had things like paint the board and batten, order the kitchen parts or look into pricing for that. So brain dump, brain dump, brain dump. I'm a huge fan of brain dumping. So planning our year, a little bit different. I'm gonna bust out my big old post-it notes. Yes, it says post-it note on the back. It's like actually like a real, it's huge post-it note. I am not done, but I just want to kind of show you guys. I segment the year. So 12 months is actually not that long. Some people are like, oh, I have the whole year. The problem is if you actually break it up into quarters, there's 4, and it's only 3 months. And 3 months, as you know, can fly by in the middle of wedding season and get away from us so quickly that we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even run this ad for family sessions, or I didn't even do that like engagement session giveaway. I wanted to do that in the spring before summer hit. I basically break it into the 4 quarters, and then I divide it up by month, and I basically write out everything that I want to do or hope to do in that month. I right now have only 3 weddings in the first quarter. So at the bottom of every quarter block, I actually write how many weddings. So the first quarter, I have 3. The second quarter, we have 13. The third quarter, we have 12. And the fourth quarter, we have 7. That's as of right now. I think that number has actually increased because I did this a couple weeks ago. But I'm gonna go heavy on certain things during the month that I don't have as many weddings. Our second quarter, we have 13 weddings, so I'm not going to be doing as much advertising for non-wedding segments because I have a really consistent schedule for second quarter. Third quarter, even though we have 12 weddings, I'm going to start pushing in the third quarter for the holiday sessions and the Christmas sessions, which are going to come up really soon after the third quarter. It's kind of like football. We can't wait till the third quarter to win the game, right? We know that we have a whole nother quarter, so you have to strategize the game so that at completion you've won. Okay, so for us, we are strategizing from the first to the second to the third to the fourth, and it matters. It matters what ad campaigns we send. It matters that we're thinking about Christmas in the summer and holiday sessions in the summer. And so that's just like a big tip on this whole video. As you're strategizing, really anticipate the next step. I think as wedding photographers, it's really easy to think about like what's coming next week, because we just get so slammed and we shoot so much that there are just seasons during our wedding season that it's really hard to think about next month's wedding, because we have a wedding this weekend and we had a wedding last weekend and we still have to edit that wedding. And so doing the breakdown by quarter, we feel like really helps us to actually see what's coming down the pipeline, to act in advance, to be anticipatory, and it really helps us, and it helps us thrive and grow and have a really healthy and successful year. Drop any comments below. Happy to help you guys strategize, to think through promos, to think through ideas. We wouldn't be here without other photographer friends or clients that trusted us, and so we just want to take our knowledge and gift it to you guys. And I hope you guys have a great strategy planning meeting with yourself or with your team. I always say I have to have a meeting with myself to really think through my goals and the things I want to do. So I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks so much for hanging out. Join us next week for another video. We'll see you guys soon.